and gentlemen, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. You know, ever since I started singing from Phoenix Wright the musical from Random Encounters, I've gotten one request. Kneale, can you do your windy old bag voice and sing Windy Old Bag Song? Well, ladies and gents, since we are finally ending my stream break, I figure now is the best time to give y'all what you want. So here we go. I gotta warn you, I've never actually sung in this voice before. So, we're gonna be experimenting here today. Oh yeah, I'm getting into the music. Here we go. Ooh. All right. Nothing slips past a windy old bag. No one escapes my baggy eye. That's right, you gotta be quick to beat the old bag. Now get off my roof and say goodbye. I don't know if that was good or if that was bad. But, long story short, welcome back to Phoenix fucking Wright! Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I have missed this so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a nice break. I spent a lot of time with Mortis, had a lot of downtime, created a lot of art for a show coming up. But now, I'm just really excited to get back to good old Phoenix Wright. In the last episode, I think we were trying to blame Luke at me, which is weird because he claims that he was robbing a place, but he wasn't robbing a place. He was killing a guy. I think we gotta figure this out. And to figure this out, we gotta start playing this fucking game. But before we can start playing the game, we gotta check my audio. That's an important part of the day. Just getting on up, getting on in there, and checking that audio. Yep, I sound beautiful. I expected more people because I'm streaming at 4, but hey, I'm sure some people will turn up here and there. Calum has still not heard my Godot voice, so that's on him. Anyways, let's get started. Why don't we get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, motivational? This is what we call the Muppet Show. Stop begging me, Ron, bro. I went a little Animaniacs there for a second. It's time for Animaniacs. And we're zany to the max. Something on the stacks. We're Animani, totally insane. The rain in Spainy. X, those are the facts. Alrighty. Let's get into this shit. So, I think what we need to do is read this sentence, but I'm waiting for more people to show up. Oh, bother. Alright, I'll play the game. So please, I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Oh shit, what are we risking his life for? Phoenix. Shit, what was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. Also, do you have like $5 I could borrow? I need $5, Phoenix. that voice. It sounds like Mia. It's almost as if she's communicated with us from the dead before. Oh wait, she has. Why are you getting all excited, man? Now my phone is being an asshole. Stop it, phone. I'm turning off all your sounds. Damn you, phone. Damn you. Damn you. Now you will never be free. Alright. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. So that's your answer, huh? Very well. I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Look At Me to the stand. Apologies, I had to cough. Yes, Your Honor. October 14th, 11:58 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 5. Max Payne? Well, Sir Detective Atme. Wait. Our voices are very similar. Wait. I had to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective. You were the one who... What the fuck? Another judge? That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial, okay? This court finds the defendant, Look At Me, not guilty. Hold it! What the fuck is going on? I have not met this spiky-haired son of a bitch. Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please! Well, Mr. Lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom. Wait. Who's this? Oh, is he Canadian? Who's this hoser, eh? I don't think I've ever done a Canadian voice before. By the way, I apologize if this is offensive. My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And I wish to file an accusation against this man. Look at me. Accusation? You accuse Master Damask? That man is not Master Damask. He's just a ruthless murderer. A what? What? I can't. The voice is too new. I can't. What? I don't think that's the case, eh? What? I can't do it. Well, shit, fuck, you got me. Fuck. We and the penguin, fuck. To be continued. Right now. After we save. Weird, I thought the trial would be over by now, but it's still a truckin'. Huh. Alright, October 14th, 12:14 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 4. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then, she's still alive, inside your heart. Guys, she's a spirit. She's communicated with us before. Oh, Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light. Is it true that Detective Atme is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. And it's gotta happen sooner than later. Text Edgeworth and see if he can help you. I have been told that Edgeworth is in this game more than the last one, but he's not in it yet, and that's sad. I miss the good old days of seeing him in every case. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke Atme, please take the stand.
Well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? It's me, Atme Obblepot. Luke Waldat Obblepot. Look at me, Cobblepot. My name is stupid. I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly, Wayne.
I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet, bitch. Not when it would have given you a perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Master Damask.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke Atme has no idea what you mean, Wayne. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning, Wayne.
I'm afraid
there's no way I could have known what's been going on in here, Wayne.
You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried has Master Damask. Although, let's be real, your big-ass nose wouldn't fit in that fucking mask. So I know you're not actually Master Damask, bitch. But I'll play along. Oh, you bet your ass I'll play along.
Indeed, it's truly child's ignorance. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them, Wayne. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger. For example, my divine finger of which I use for picking my nose. So divine, Wayne.
So you continue to insist that you are in fact Master Damask?
Of course, Wayne.
Very well then, Luke Atme. Let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time?
One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that should be...
Wait, what? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. Oh, okay. Okay. I've actually read that before.
But don't worry. I will not hold it against you, Sir Wayne.
Thanks, bitch. Look, either we try you here, we try you in Gotham, you're going to jail, Pangy boy. Alright, Mr. Atme. The night of the murder. Speak. That's some good sewage water. We're all ears.
Wait, were you just drinking sewage water? Holy shit! That's fucked, bro!
I've got a butt chip.
I was stealing the yarn as Master Damask, just as I announced I would, Wayne. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job, Wayne. A photograph contains no words. In this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Master Damask actually, was the same time as the murder, bitch.
It seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well.
Even now, I accidentally skipped it. But now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Hold it!
Wow, we've gotten to the point where they're rooting for guilty verdicts. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do our cross-examination.
A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool.
Did Francesca teach you that one?
I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick, and that he has a Francesca cosplay at home, equipped with the whip and everything. Even a blue wig. This guy's a creep, Nick. This guy's a creep.
Maya. How dare you judge him based on his fetishes? He is a nice man! Oh wait, no, he's a murderer. But people with fetishes are nice men! / women! You judgy judgerson! Fuck you! Now the only thing that's full of it is his alibi. And you, shithead Maya. With your judgy judgerson attitude, you judgy son of a bitch! Alright. Let's start pressing.
Hold it!
So this photograph is the proof, correct?
Indeed it is.
And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask.
That is why I'm called Master Mask.
But conveniently, that also means that there's no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean?
Objection!
Ah, are you saying that this is not in fact Luke Atme? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Master Mask to create an alibi?
Whoa, 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 whoa! What an interesting idea. Wait. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice?
I don't have a name for this accomplice. Well, I don't have a way to prove it. It's gonna make me bring up the record, and then I'll have no one to pick, so... For now, at least, give it up. Luke Atme was at KB security during the murder. Then the Master Mask in that picture has to be a fake.
Then there really was an accomplice.
But right now, I have no idea who it is. Yeah, Phoenix, we're on the same wavelength here.
I don't have any idea right now either.
Baseless objections are what that guy wants. There's gotta be another way. I'm going to find it. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point.
That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That wouldn't mean you... Wait, fuck. You sent out the card after you began your security watch, right?
Indeed. There's no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target.
I see. You are truly evil, aren't you?
Yes, evil is what I am.
Guys, if it was really him, he wouldn't be saying this.
Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this?
I don't know.
Detective Atme always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. Wait. Okay, so I guess maybe we press that, but I don't know what to do here. Like maybe we like present evidence to this. I don't know. I say we should press everything and then we'll make a choice. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence right here, is that correct?
Indeed it is. That's it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime, right?
The very thing that proves you committed the crime? When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection!
Caught. Oh, wait. He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. I almost did Edgeworth for a minute. We all have days like that.
Indeed. It turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing. A sad blue melody, way.
Looks like I'd better gather more information for now. That's a hint. We have to come back to this. If he's truly the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. Well, let's take a look at it. There is... Oh, that's a bolt. I was gonna say, there's a little object over there, but that's a bolt on that... to that door. I'm not seeing anything phony yet. I mean, obviously the paint is there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, the box isn't covered in paint yet. I think I figured it out right there. Yeah, the box isn't covered in the paint. Which means, oh my god, that means that wait. That means he either brought his own box, but then how did he get the urn? That makes no sense. They're gonna have to explain that. I don't know what's going on. But I know that shit's gonna be relevant later.
The time at which the camera captured Master the Mask was the same time as the murder.
About the camera that took this photo.
Oh, come on now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. Wait.
Huh?
You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you?
I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed the picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see. Looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false? It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at the KB security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the Master the Mask in the photo is fake, or the photo itself is. Alright, we got those two things, and we pressed everything else.
so maybe we should try to press this again now. There are some things in the game where you have to do this. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, correct?
Indeed it is. That's the very thing that proves I committed the crime. Where?
The very thing that proves you committed the crime. Surely even you understand by now.
Lordly Taylor, that camera was provided by them. There's no way I could have tampered with it. Wait. That means I could not have killed Kane Bullet unless I had an accomplice. Wait.
Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? Yeah, there's like two things funny. The fucking thing doesn't have paint, and also the statue or whatever, that's been moved. Because that was near here too.
Are you implying that the picture is a fake?
You bet I am. There's definitely something straight. Oh, did I pick the right one? About this photo. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. And there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well. Then let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny? Well... The paint. Isn't this about where the statue was? I think that might be part of it. I don't know, maybe we just have to click the paint. It's one of those two things. I'm not sure which one, but we're gonna figure it out. Let's start with the paint, and then we'll click the box.
Take that!
The funny part is right here. Why, this is a blood stain. No, actually, it's purple paint. It's purple paint. It's purple paint. Purple paint. I had way too much fun with that. Also, that I don't know if I voiced it, but here, let me show you. I was looking at this earlier when I was like, when I discovered the pain, and I was all like, Eureka! This timestamp. That says 58. It doesn't say 1 a.m., so there's, like, that's not right. Like, obviously they're using military time. But, you know, it isn't exactly 1 a.m. I don't know, maybe they rounded up. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it will come up later. There are plenty of things wrong with this picture, though. I have a feeling we're going to come back to this picture multiple times. Oh, how do I get out of this? What'd I do? Oh, this. Ah, blood! Now there! This case is getting interesting! A good old-fashioned murder. I love it. Not exactly. The stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. Lame. From blood to peaches, the Chud sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is it's not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, it turns out something that should have been there isn't there anymore. Shit. Well, Mr. Wright? What was supposed... Oh, I nailed this fucking shit. It's the statue.
Take that!
I am a smart boy who's gonna 100% this case. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be a perfect size to cover up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it.
I myself was there the night of the theft, that the theft took place, and I saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there.
Objection!
But when I went there, the day after the theft, the statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner.
Did someone summon me? Oh, you just said old bag. You didn't say windy old bag, eh? Well. What's your wording, bitch?
Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. We're trying to pin Luke at me for murder, Kristen. Trying to get that murder off of old Ron. Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. Ah. In that case, can you prove it? I actually sang a song as Windy Old Bag in the intro. Yeah, you can't see it right now because of the live stream, but I definitely sang a song as Windy Old Bag earlier. Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night?
Can you do it, Nick?
Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who is the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? Well, Phoenix just gave us a big hint there. It doesn't matter who moved it, right? It just matters that it was moved. Well, he's asking who, so... Luke? Could have been Luke? Maybe not. Well... Let's think about this. I guess it could have been Adrian? I don't know. Well, I guess Luke, right? Is there something here we can present? Because he just said, oh, it doesn't matter who did it. It matters how or why. Alright, fuck it. Let's go with Luke.
Take that!
The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke at me. I guess I got it right.
Come now, sir, lawyer. Wait. There you go again, on one of your strange delusions. I played the city like a harp from hell.
Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night.
That is indeed very simple, however. Why would I want to move a heavy golden statue?
It doesn't matter. You were the only one there. According to your story, you were the only one there. You were the one who robbed it, you were the one who was guarding it, so it had to be you. The reason for moving the golden statue. Here's where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph.
Shit, fuck. Look at me pretended to be Master Math. To create an alibi by showing you were here at Lordly Taylor that night. Shit. But this photograph contains a single flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed, like the cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Well, maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know. Well, it could be. I need to think about this. Well, I don't know. I really don't. Maybe the box, but I have no idea. The judge's voice has not changed that much. Honestly, I freaking changed the other characters' voices a lot more than the judges. So we just gotta chill. Alright? I still sound like the judge. Just add some humor here and there, you know? I'm stumped. I don't know. Can we look at our evidence? Can we look at the evidence, please? Alright, let's try the box.
Take that!
The lie is Master the Mask! Are you saying that this Master the Mask is a fake? Oh, did I accidentally get that right? Huh. You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsibly. I think I got it right. Huh? The current question is, why was the golden statue moved? So what possible connection could there be with Master the Mask's true identity? Oh, buggers! What? Phoenix? Have you been British this whole time? Oh, buggers! I object! Or Cockney. Your face has "oh buggers" written all over it. Why is everyone saying "oh buggers" today? That's a penalty for you. Aw, fuck me. I'll ask you again, Mr. Trite. Just where in this photo does this lie exist? Oh, fuck! I forgot to look at the evidence! Alright, fuck. Let's just go all through it. Oh.
There's a Yiddish proverb. Goes, a half-truth is a whole lie.
Keep lying like this, and you'll be the one on trial. Alright, I just want to look at the evidence. Present, poster, carried into the basement, warehouse, day of the crime. Sent before a heist. Let me stop secret. Wait a minute! I got it. Give me that penalty, you asshole. Save. I've got it. I know what's going on. Oh, fuck. Dude, the cogs are returning. I know how he got the photo. He faked it.
But he didn't fake it night of, he faked it before the fucking statue was there. Like, he took that's how he committed the murder. He wasn't actually there. He was at KB security. He just did everything days in advance. There was some reason... I got this. So, wait, what do I click for that? Oh no. The time code? Do I click here? Time code? Will that... Oh, God! I still don't know what to click, even though I think I figured it out. Naturally, the lie is in this photo. It's the timestamp. Is this right? What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atme went to KB security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at this time. Jetpack. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Look at me had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days, I figured it out! Days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse. Oh! So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory. So, wait, what? What? As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory? What does that mean? What? Do cats get their tails stuck in rocking chairs? I don't get that. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. It would have ruined his picture. The sword probably fell out as he was moving it. And that is why Luke Atme had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in his photo. Order, Mr. Atme, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that?
The data from the basement warehouse computer wing. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime.
Objection!
It might have, but it might have been something else. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage the data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Order, Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Sewage water. That's just what I call my coffee. Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Put the coffee down. You want me to put the coffee down?
Ah, so smooth. My 11th cup. I've promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good till the last drop. However, the defense has a very good point. A good point. So what? We are all but travelers on the road to infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with other points. I'm just waiting for Godot to fire his laser beams and vaporize the judge. I mean, it is quite weird that he is a cyborg and that has been yet to, you know, be explained. I did know who Godot was before the game, but I don't know his story. All I know is that he is a weird cyborg man who is obsessed with coffee. So, you say this photograph was taken ahead of time. And that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, I am the ultimate life form. I mean, there is no point that can't be denied. Which is? Oh, there's one point actually. Kneale fucked up my line. Drink the coffee, drink the coffee, drink the coffee, drink the coffee. That it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No, wait, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? I've been making jokes that it's sewage water, Kristen. If there's no funny business in your accusations as Masked Star Damask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Is he helping us again? Like, it feels like that was him helping us. Like Edgeworth used to do. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony. Oh shit, I did change the judge's voice a little bit. Let's fix that. Here we go. Right down the throat. There we are. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony. There we go, bitches. It's back to normal. About your plan to steal the sacred urn. Oh no, now it's becoming a different voice. Oh no! The judge's voice is constantly changing. There are millions and millions of tiny cells in the universe. We are all made of atoms. Okay, but serious time. About your plan to steal the sacred urn. I also believe that frickin' Edgeworth is Phoenix's true love. But I have been told that Edgeworth is in this game more than the last game. So hopefully he pops up in the next case.
I first received a request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. Wait. Well, Luigi, the urn was placed into a box, and Savagery, it was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn.
For myself until the day of the crime.
I knew it was an extremely...
I'm just gonna go ahead and... Our health is low now because of my fuck-ups.
There we go. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure. Just actively change the voice each time. I knew it was a valuable treasure, and so I sent it my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled the security by myself to ensure that my grab would go smoothly. Hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th.
Yo, Phoenix, something's fucking wrong with that guy's throat.
There's nothing wrong with my throat. I played the city like a hop from hell.
That's pretty much all stuff we've already heard about, isn't it?
Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Nuggets. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Wait, savagery. Very well then. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination! I'll hold on to a Tommy Wiseau voice till later. Who knows, maybe we'll get a character it really fits. Oh, hi, Phoenix. What are you doing today? Funny story, Nick. I first received the request from Lordly Taylor 20 days ago. There was one that caught my eye. And it was... where was it? I was unable to see it till the day... It's the one where he called it valuable. This one. Because didn't we determine it's, like, actually not that valuable? You mean this calling card?
Oh, well, okay.
That's right. That is without a doubt my calling card.
My guess is Mr. Delight didn't make this after all.
Of course, because Atme knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. I then handled security. Ah, well. Let's go back. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure. I think that one's wrong, but hence I was actually unable to see the urn myself. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for you. They brought up the card a minute ago? What is the card? Oh, I can look at it. I never actually looked at this before. To the security at Lordly Taylor, I'm a pirate now. I will be coming to Purloin, the most that was a sneeze. The most priceless work of art on display in your Treasure of Karain exhibit. Take good care of the speckled urn, won't you? Yours truly, Master Mask. Hold up. The urn's not... The urn... Where's the picture? The urn's not speckled. Yeah, until the fucking paint fell on it, the urn wasn't speckled. This is bullshit. That... he fucked up. Wait, that proves he did see it before. Oh, I got his ass. I got his ass! My security was forced to... Fuck you. Where was it? I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so nope. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn. I got your ass! You had to have seen the urn because of the paint! Where is it? Where's the card? The card is where it says it's speckled, so aha! I got your ass! Mr. Atme, if you really are Master in a Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? I got your ass. I got your ass!
Of course I did. Wait.
Is there a problem with the call? Oh, my mistake. Is there a problem with the calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master the Mask that's written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to the pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that's true, but so what? Truth be told, there is no way that Master the Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink, this spotted pattern on the urn, it's actually nothing more and nothing less than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. My mask is burning my face. You can smell my flesh. Also, he's got a ring. Is that necessarily one's ring finger? Which finger is one's ring finger? Is it the middle finger? I always called that the, flip-off finger. I don't know. Weird. Maybe he's married. Maybe he's got a wife. Maybe he's got a whole family we know nothing about. Like Hawkeye from Age of Ultron. The day of the sacred urn was taken, to the warehouse. The urn was broken due to a human error. Or should I say, an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yet this calling card... This calling card... This calling card... Fuck! This calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means... Detective Atme had seen this urn before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. There's a lot of spit out noises in this game. And because this photo is fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Oh, is it over? Witness, do you have anything else to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken. Nick, I think there's still a little early. It's still a little early for a victory pose. But he banged down the gavel with the big noise. That's usually when we're done. Right? It's over, right? We're done? We're done? We're not done, are we? We're not done at all. I'm gonna press this hex button and then shit's gonna go down, isn't it? Makes one scared to press the X button, truly. So am I brave enough? Am I brave enough to press the X button? I suppose I am. But first, I'm going to walk over here and grab a Sprite. Because I'm thirsty. And I have water. But I don't want the water anymore. I want a Sprite. And I realize that water is healthier than Sprite. But Sprite is tastier than water. I'm sorry, Jesus. I snagged my headphones. I'm sorry, Jesus. I'm sorry, did I fucking break my headphones? All for a Sprite. I didn't. I got lucky.
Nick, it's still a little early for a victory pose.
Huh? But we fucked him. We fucked him right over. Oh, fuck. He's gonna drink the coffee. Ah. And after Kneale presses X. The Sprite is all shaky. Now I'm covered in Sprite. And have to continue the stream. But after I press X now, he's gonna drink the coffee. Watch. Oh, fuck! He didn't drink the coffee! It's so sad that no one has any conviction these days. I was waiting for Godot to take a drink, but he didn't. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Stardust. And now we're calling him a murderer. Oh, now you drink it, you shithead! You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No, wait, don't fall for that too, Your Honor! You say that Luke Atney was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that? Are you helping us? It feels like he's helping us.
Wait. An excellent point.
Shit, fuck.
Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest?
Wait, what? Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest?
Nick, he's getting his second wind.
If he's prepared an alibi and pin this crime on Ronstar Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The one... Oh, fuck. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, Detective?
Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear.
Why were you looking into the murder? Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us to... No, it isn't! There are plenty of murders without motive. That's how we get serial killers. Well, now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were.
I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer. Wait.
They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Motive for murder.
Look at me, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever.
Alright. Well, Kane Bullard decided to investigate the mask star Damask, and simply mistook who he was.
It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard, mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is masked on mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. A true tragedy.
So the victim Kane Bullard blackmailed the defendant. Dude, we know this. Who would you cast as the main character in a new Phoenix Wright game or anime? I wouldn't mind playing Phoenix Wright myself, but I think Sam Riegel does a really good job. He has voiced Phoenix Wright before. He clearly likes the character. He even dressed up as him for a Halloween episode of Critical Role. And yeah, I think Sam Riegel is a fine Phoenix Wright. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant. Judge, we already knew that. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. Just so I know, what actually did that say? Blackmail letter, if you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Huh. What red diamond? Alright. This might be important. What? Oh! A blackmail letter updated in the court record. It was definitely written by Bullard. Alright, that's gonna be important. Very well. Mr. Wright, begin your... Oh, fuck, I'm doing Edgeworth again. Sorry, it's been a little while, and the voice is second nature to me. Mr. Wright, would you like to kiss me? Very well, Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Motive for murder. Luke at me had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever. And Bullard decided to investigate. It's Mr. Bullard. Well, how did you know that? How did you know that? Objection! Oh, shit. That was kind of a seat of my pants joke. I didn't expect that to go through. Mind if I asked you a few questions, Detective at me? I didn't even press anything. Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's all right. When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, God, I'm covered in Sprite and it's so sticky and wrong, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? Yes, chat, I'm aware I just said it's so sticky and wrong. Okay? Okay? Kristen, are you only just realizing it's Luke at me? Luke at me is also look at me. I figured that out the second we met this asshole. I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. Bro, why do you hate me? What's his name backward? Toad-Dog. Toad-Dog. Todd-Og. Maybe his real name is Todd Ogg. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Indeed. Time to man up, Mr. Bitch. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of this black... Oh, fuck. Well, kids, this is why you don't necessarily do things by the seat of your pants. Because now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Let's look through all the evidence. So, attorney's badge, Magatama, neither of these. Treasure exhibit. Nothing of value here. We already used that. Already used that. Camera data. Non-applicable. Security camera photo. Wallet. Publicity photo. A shot of Stardust Man. Kane's autopsy report. Time of death 10/12 at 11 a.m. Cause cerebral hemorrhage from a blunt trauma to the head. About the first heist guard in photos. No. Stolen, Jim, and the thief. And then there's Big Diamond. Wait a minute. That diamond's blue. Didn't the blackmail letter say... Where's the blackmail letter? Yeah, that's his red diamond! It's blue, ya bitch!
Take that!
Woo! I was right. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the Tear of Aman, the stolen gem. What about it? The problem is the jewel's color. Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. Everything is red! Wait a minute! Was Godot somehow involved in this? Was Godot involved? Because all he can see is red. Yo, hold up. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Maybe. Whoa. We're coming back to that. We're coming back to that, bitch. I'm gonna remember this, Godot. You're involved! According to the clipping, I am like itching. I think Godot might be involved. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear of Aman that Master to Mass stole at all.
Objection!
And your point is, Mr. Wright? So you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're saying, right? What? Is that what you're saying? Right, Mr. Wright? Well, that is what you're saying. Trying to say, right, Nick? Yes! Right, Nick! This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing. And his name is Look at Me! Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme.
Well, shit. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim?
I have been personally involved in every single Master to Mass case. You have, not me. I'm new to this. And in the last case, you recovered that was what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel. A Chaos Emerald. Maria.
Maria.
Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring! That is the diamond referred to in this letter. Which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Oh, okay. False alarm. False alarm. Godot probably wasn't involved because there actually was a red diamond. So, yeah, I was wrong. Godot is probably just... Well, all the prosecutors have a story to them. Franziska had a story. Edgeworth had a story. It's likely that Godot has a story as well. And I hope it explains the mask, because why is he wearing it? Which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you.
Yeah!
Order, 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 all my bitch-ass slaves. Order, I mean... It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. Uh-oh. I don't like the way he said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke at me? Are you for real? Yes. Yes, I am.
Nick, come on. Stand up to him.
You're right, Bizarro. Edward gets a story. Von Karma gets a story. Everybody gets a story. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. Kane Bullard threatened to blackmail Luke Atme's identity, public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Atme killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. This is difficult. What was the identity he wanted to keep a secret? Sounds like we're about to have to make a choice.
This is what it all comes down to, Nick.
The identity that Luke Atme wanted to so desperately keep secret was his identity as... Well, this wasn't a secret. He's not Master to Mask. So, a blackmailer. A blackmailer. Shit, fuck! Hey, now. Isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
You had to admit, that does sound a little odd.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. He could be blackmailing Delight and then Ron Delight, and then fucking he could have gotten found out by someone else, and then they blackmail him for blackmailing them. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, but Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Yes, just a few days after the Deer of the Moon heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from someone, some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans.
Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Ron Delight was actually masked on a mask. That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets from him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme.
Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. I've finally gotten the penguin voice down. Where?
What is it?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with the tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong?
How did you?
You say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron Delight. In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Master Damask.
Well, yeah.
Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed the first crime.
Good point. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. Oh, I got something hot and bitter for you, Godot. During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know that Ron Delight was masked Star to Mask? It's this, right? It's right there. He caught him. That's the fucking guy right there. That's the light in that picture. Right after this, he catches it.
Take that!
I think I see it.
See what? When?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief, trying to be the center of attention.
What do you mean? When?
This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Ron Delight in a guard uniform. It seems that Master on Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured out figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, Master Mask was Ron Delight.
Hey, where?
What the? Wasn't he Ron's back? But ace detective?
I can't believe he was just a skinny blackmailer! What a fraud! Trying to pass him off! Shit! Why how dare you expose me like that?
Shit.
Why, I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life! I'm a famous and proud detective and also Master of Mask! Why can't you understand that?
His butt chin kind of wobbles a little. No, it's not wobbling. It's just his lower lip. What? His butt chin was wobbling. Weird. Also, he's blinking a lot. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then sometimes there's a fourth one. It's weird. It's like Morse code. I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. Bitch. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity, bitch. Old bag is always in the jury. You just don't always hear from her. Big mouth of yours, that's none of you can compare them. Sing it on. Describe the detective. Get this asshole off screen! I thought he was gonna faint. It would seem we have finally arrived at a confusing fucking answer after that bullshit. What do you think?
That was quite a performance by Mr. Atney.
Sprite is like the best soda. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atney.
Objection!
Jesus, Godot! That's it. I just wanted to drink it. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. What? Shit fuck, bitch! Step off or get an ass whooping. Mr. Wright, please inform Mr. Godot about the ass whoopings this judge delivers. You don't get... I am not a root beer guy. I'm not a Dr. Pepper guy. I dislike both. They're too sugary. Both are too sugary. Root beer's too sugary. Friggin' Dr. Pepper is way too sugary. Actually, Dr. Pepper and root beer have always tasted kind of similar to me. Weird. Yeah.
You don't get much more in your face than that.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. What do you mean? It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Loot at Me was a filthy blackmailer. And that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. That's right. That's why he was the one who killed Mr. Bull. But there's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security. Then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No way! Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright, he just fucked you hard. This is it. I've been fucked hard, and now I'm in the final round. I've got to prove that Atney was at Mr. Bullard's office that night.
But, really? Can you prove that?
That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer. Well... That night, Loot at Me was at KB Security, and the defense can prove it, can't prove it. I think we have to prove it. I don't have evidence. Can't prove it? I can't prove it. Just as I thought. I think I might have just fucked up again. But if we hear more of the Detective Atme's testimony...
Objection!
Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. But what do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atme is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as Master Damask. No!
Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. Well, I am the ace detective, as well as Master Damask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he is truly a murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness.
Order. Order in the court! Shitheads! Alright, that's enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this! At this rate, Ron is fucked!
Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow.
We can look for more evidence and another day? By then it will be too late.
Huh? Why?
Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law.
Double jeopardy?
Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in a court, the defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts.
Really? Is that real?
If you... what? Like the exact same crime? Like, let's say... Okay, hold up. I think I understand what they're saying. If I were to rob a bank, and then I get cleared as innocent, I didn't rob the bank, that means they can't accuse me of robbing that bank again. But then if I rob a different bank, they could theoretically get me for that. I don't know. I don't know lawyers. Everything I know about lawyers is from this game, and this is the first time that's ever come up. Coughing. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to this witness. Oh, fuck. And it applies to this witness just as much as anyone else. Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Yeah, I was gonna say, it probably is an actual thing. I just didn't know. I'm not a lawyer. Guilty as Master Damask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned.
No way!
The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt at the time of the crime means that he will never again be tried as the murder of Kane Bullard. Did I fuck up, or was I supposed to say I can't prove it? There's nothing I can possibly do to win. Kneale fucked up. Even if Ron is proclaimed innocent, the real killer, Luke Atme, will go free. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I don't know how much coffee is in his cups, Bizarro, but he gets so many of them, let's just say he drinks a couple gallons a day. I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questions of this witness. Are there any objections? No objections from us. Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke at me.
Objection!
Whoa, wait a minute! Was that? I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result.
How did you?
Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone...
Oh, fuck, it isn't Von Karma. I thought it was Von Karma.
Well, I guess my Francesca Von Karma voice goes back into the toolbox. And my Mia voice comes out. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. That voice! No way! Mia! Long time no see, Phoenix. But... Mia!
This is the true power of the Crane channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me. But right now, she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Talk to you later, Bizarro. This stream's almost over.
Now let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do here, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine.
Oh, fuck. I held my finger on the X. What did you say? Because I didn't read it.
Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today.
Yes, that's true, but...
Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks.
Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out at the end of it all. I am the ace detective as well as master to ask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Rod of Light was making the murder, I declare that the full force...
Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever.
Very well. Then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we the defense assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor?
Shit. Is something wrong, Mr. Godot?
Shit, fuck. Nothing. Wait, does he?
Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late.
Does he know Mia?
If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, look at...
Let's hear it.
Huh?
It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Why is he going along with Mia's idea?
He knows Mia.
Mr. Godot, what are you?
Didn't they mention a boyfriend in the last fucking thing? Didn't they mention Mia had a boyfriend or something? Maybe she dated Godot. Very well, Mr. Luke at me. I sound like Zordon. Get me 5 overbearing, emotional teenagers with attitude. Power Rangers SPD is not the season that I'm in. Very well then, Mr. Luke Atby. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier statements. The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony.
Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief.
We better not fuck up. Indeed, it's true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vital important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had readied the photograph. My brilliant deduction was that what informed me that the true culprit was Rhonda Light. And thanks to the key card and the wallet, it was so abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints.
But wait a minute, I thought you were wearing the Master Mask. Wait a minute! Oh, he just fucked up. He just fucked up. He just fucked up. He just said his Master Mask outfit, but your Master Mask? What the fuck is going on here, Luke? You fucked up, son.
And the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Sorry. Therefore, all evidence points to that poor boy.
You fucked up, Luke. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. Nope, you fucked up. The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of this points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything.
But of course.
But how did you know about the emergency buzzer?
The police investigation went directly through me. I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer.
Grr.
Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Mr. Lawyer?
I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke Atmy's trial any longer. This is your last chance, and that's where I save the game.
Hang on a sec. Just one chance?
It seems that the party's about to begin.
Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem.
What do you mean, so it would seem?
Listen, Phoenix. Pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. I already found it! If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. Drink the coffee, drink the coffee. Cup number 17. The last cup. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. I have to find a fatal contradiction in his testimony, and I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do
is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you have one chance.
I already found it.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. It was down here. It was down here. It was down here. Come on. Come on. Mr. Delight was wearing his outfit. Mr. Atme, about this last remark.
Objection!
You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Goodell. What? Mr. Atme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder.
How can you say that?
Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit, is that correct?
Indeed. That's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof.
More like your deductions prove that you're an absolute fool, bitch.
I'm sorry. Whatever do you mean?
For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as Master Mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, well, shit, I don't remember. It was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare.
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now.
That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only person who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There is no way that you should have known about that. You were in the next courtroom behind... Words. You were in the next courtroom being tried as Master Mask. So then, enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information?
Well,
Come on. This detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out. Also, how did he have one if you're Master Mask? Only one? One, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Objection!
But Mr. Delight never... Oh, sorry. I don't know what this voice was. But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker. So there is no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme.
Objection!
It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible! Maria! Detective Atme, you saw Master Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known that Ron was wearing his Master Mask costume. Oh! Here it comes! Here it comes!
Now I've gone Joker! Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, a tragic clown!
That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight, who was blackmailing me, the judge, and I was, of course, blackmailing Phoenix Wright with nudes? Wait, what, Your Honor? Nothing. Send me my money. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be the guilty as Master the Mask in order to escape his true crime. I think Matt Mercer would be a good voice for Edgeworth. I think Travis Willingham would actually be better as the judge. And to that end, he came up with this plan. To use the double jeopardy... That was a question sent to me by Kristen. To use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we've finally found the truth. Excuse me? I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict. I know. You never committed any murder. That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but... I really am Master the Mask. Huh? So, thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? Holy fuck, he's right. Holy shit! He just did a double jeopardy. But wait, there have to be rules to go against that. Like, you beat a double jeopardy or whatever it is, and then afterwards go, oh, but I was the criminal. Surely they could be like, oh, well, fuck. What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it, I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rules of double jeopardy are absolute. A defendant can never be tried for the same crime twice, in which he was once found innocent. Then, Master the Mask is really innocent? It would seem so. I was drinking water and reason.
It would seem so for now.
For now? Now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty. Whoa! Yeah! Fuck yeah! He got away with burglary!
Boy, this was really lucky. Wait, This isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Master on a Mask and...
Boy, howdy. October 14th, 3:35 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby.
Number 4, number 4, number 4, number 4. Number 4, number 4, number 4, number 4. Number 4, number 4. Number 4, number 4, number 4, number 4, number 4, number 4. You did it, Phoenix.
Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days.
Oh?
I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Crane Channeling School? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix?
Of course.
I have so far. Well then, see you around. Mia? Mr. Wright? I don't know what to say.
Congratulations, Mr. Delight.
Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, because Hey, come on, just be happy. Maya! You've been cleared of murder charges and got off as Master on a Mask to boot. But in exchange, I've lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Master on a Mask. I did it all for one reason. For her.
You mean your wife, Desiree?
She hates criminals more than anything.
Come to think of it, she once held hostages. She was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she?
She's always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but... Once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have had any reason to stay with me. Except for love, dude. I thought she would leave me for sure.
So that's why you became Master on a Mask?
Yes. But it's all over now. A broken bull can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick?
Right.
Really? Can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it.
I can? I kinda wish you would have checked with me first.
Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there's always to put it back together. Just like this urn. Fa-blamo.
Oh, fa-blamo.
The sacred hand? Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife. She's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. There you are. Mr. Light. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything anymore to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master to Mask either. Mr. Light, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on. It's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away.
But didn't you say that you hated criminals?
Oh!
I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky.
Like that detective.
I see.
My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desi? Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy. Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy.
Shit. Gulp. I can feel my face going red.
Mr. Nick! Mr. Maya! Congratulations! Ah!
Talk about bad timing.
Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife in front of Mr. Maya!
No, you've got the wrong. I'll never forgive you ever. Whoa. I did the thing her mom used to do. So, just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together.
But I know that's not true.
I mean, just look. Aw. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout. Ooh, Episode 3, Recipe for Turnabout. And that appeared to be Maya in a new suit. Save your progress? Yup. And that's going to be the end of this stream, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for being in my jury. Ciao. Expect more streams later today. What's that?